This is Glenn Campbell, coming to you sometime before dawn from fabulous Las Vegas. Today's topic, Las Vegas, a grand monument to human folly. None of this makes any rational sense whatsoever. This place exists because people are able to exploit the defects of perception of the human animal. None of this would be here if not for the defects of humanity. How this place started is someone built a casino and they put a little sign in front of the casino, and they found that if they put a bigger sign, more people would come. So this sort of Darwinian evolution has resulted in these huge, massive facades. New York City, Paris, Rome, it's all here, and it's all 100% fake. Why would you spend $1,000 to spend a night in New York, when you could go to the real thing? You could go to the real Paris, the real Rome, for about the same price. It doesn't make any sense. And the core industry here, gambling, doesn't make any sense either. Why would you dump your money into a losing proposition? Every gambler who goes into these casinos understands full well that the odds favor the house, yet they continue to do it. They continue to throw good money after bad. If not for the defects of human perception, if not for defects in human decision-making, none of this would exist. So it's a fine laboratory for understanding humanity. Now, people make poor decisions elsewhere as well. Back in Des Moines, back in St. Louis, people are making bad decisions, but no place else on earth are the bad decisions so well concentrated as here in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is like those experiments where you hook a lab rat, put electrodes in the brain of a lab rat, and connect them to his pleasure centers, and have him press a bar to receive impulses to those pleasure centers. As the experiment goes, the rat will keep pressing the bar until he dies. Same thing here. The people who design these casinos have figured out how to get people to give up their money. They've figured out the various means of various means of stimulation to get people to give up their money. There's gambling, of course. Gambling is an absurdity, but it works. Something about the whole process hooks people's brains into the pleasure centers of their brains, and gets them to press the bar over and over again, gets them to take good money and throw it away. These are machines to suck money out of suckers. Not something as simple as that. Now, I'm not saying that Las Vegas shouldn't exist, or Las Vegas should be illegal, or that you shouldn't come here. It's a fascinating place. By all means, come here for 2 days, enjoy our facades, enjoy our buffets, and leave. If you stay any longer than that, you're a fool. You're a fool. Las Vegas is telling us something important about the human animal, and that is mainly that humans are irrational creatures. There's logic on one side that says you shouldn't gamble, it's a foolish investment. But people still do it anyway because they are emotional animals. They are driven by impulses and emotions that are separate from logic. So even though you can get a gambler to logically agree that the odds favor the house and logically agree that he's probably going to lose, he'll still go in here because emotions are telling him, I'm a winner, I'm different, I'm going to go in here and make a lot of money. The casinos recognize this. They are marketing to the emotions. They'll market their casino by saying, this is the place where winners win. Well, duh. This is the place for winners. They're not telling you about the losers. Each of these casinos has a big wall of winners where they show the photographs of people winning huge sums of money. They're not showing you a wall of losers who are going to be. It's going to be a much larger wall. The casino has to make money, so the odds have to favor the house. Everybody knows this, but they still come here. We say, well, the gambling is only one small part of Las Vegas. The rest is entertainment. Okay, so what is the entertainment here in Las Vegas? The entertainment in Las Vegas consists of two things. It consists of getting drunk in exotic-looking places and going to $100 shows. So for $100, you can see a stage show, a magic show, where some performer who's done this a million times before is going to go through his routine, and you're going to come out saying, "Oh my God, it was an incredible experience. I'm glad I spent my $100." But that's $100 is a lot of money. You could have seen it on DVD. You could have seen it, had the same experience someplace else. The fact that it's live is not rational. The fact that you're spending $100 on anything is not rational. Now, what do you take away from Las Vegas? It's really interesting to wander around the casinos and listen to people talk. Listen to people talk about their gambling and about the one that just got away, the big win that they almost had. Listen to them talk about their rationale for what they do. Because that rationale, that sort of illogical thinking, does not just apply to Las Vegas. It applies to everywhere in the world. The people do not come here in Las Vegas and totally change their behavior. They are exhibiting the same behavior that they exhibit back home, the same irrational, emotionally driven behavior they exhibit back home. It's more concentrated here, so you have a better feeling for how humans operate in their normal lives. So if you hear someone talking about their gambling, about what the thrill they had about putting money down on these tables or whatever they have, you're learning about the rationale that people use in their normal lives. And you can take these lessons back home and apply them to your everyday life. If you can go into these casinos, if you can walk through these casinos and not have the slightest impulse to put any money in the machines, you can feel very superior. You can feel you're already ahead of 98% of the human population who can't do that. So I think it's a fascinating place to visit. It's a place it's like visiting the deepest, darkest Africa or some exotic culture because it's teaching you something about humanity at large.